Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This video is about the Titanic. For more interesting and helpful videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. RMS Titanic was a British passenger liner that sank in the North Atlantic Ocean in the year 1912. After the ship struck an iceberg during her maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City. Of the estimated 2,224 passengers and crew aboard, more than 1,500 died, making it one of modern history's deadliest peacetime commercial maritime disasters. RMS Titanic was the largest ship afloat at the time. The Titanic was under the command of Captain Edward Smith, who also went down with the ship. The ocean liner carried some of the wealthiest people in the world and hundreds of emigrants from several parts of Europe, like Great Britain, Scandinavia, and Ireland. While the Titanic had advanced safety features such as watertight compartments and remotely activated watertight doors, Titanic carried only a total of 20 lifeboats, 4 of which were collapsible and proved hard to launch during the sinking. After leaving Southampton on 10th April 1912, on 14th April, 4 days into the crossing and about 375 miles, 600 kilometers south of Newfoundland, she hit an iceberg at 11:40 p.m. ship's time. Several people died in the accident. But do you know, guys, these people had predicted several years before even the Titanic was built that it will sink. Yes, friends, it's true. It's absolutely true. And mind you, friends, I am not telling you some kind of a story made by me. The Titanic sinking into the Atlantic Ocean was predicted several years before the disaster took place. Not by an oracle, but in fictional works of writers about shipwreck. The most prophetic and striking example is the sinking of the modern liner, a fictional story written by journalist W.D. Stead in 1886. The story is peculiarly similar to the real Titanic incident. In Stead's book, the liner called from Liverpool to the New York City. The liner suffers from collision and sinks in the ocean. The terrified passengers on board try to save their lives, but many men drown due to the presence of insufficient lifeboats. Surprisingly, Stead in his book had foretold his own death. He was on board the Titanic when it sank in April 1912. It would appear as if his own work did not prevent him from stepping foot on the liner Titanic that was sailing across the Atlantic. The captain of the ship in his book kept a revolver with him to prevent the terrified passengers from overcrowding the lifeboat decks. It is believed that in real Titanic too, the captain had kept a revolver with him to calm down the passengers. Stead's book was not the only book on foretelling the fate of the Titanic. There was also another book written by Morgan Robertson in 1898 that foretold the fate of the Titanic. The book written by Morgan Robertson is called Futility or the Wreck of the Titan. In his book, there is a ship called the Titan. Titan, also considered to be unsinkable like the Titanic. In his book, however, the Titan hits an iceberg and sinks near the coast of Newfoundland, just as the Titanic did. Peculiarly enough, Titan is described as having almost the same dimensions as the Titanic. It is also supposed to have hit the iceberg almost at the same speed at which Titanic was traveling when it hit the iceberg. also sank almost at the same time. The White Coast of Disaster, a short story written by Thornton Jenkins Hanks, was published in 1912 at the time when Titanic was on her maiden voyage. In the story, the ship was called the Admiral. In the story, the ship struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean and sank. In the story too, a large number of passengers died due to the presence of insufficient lifeboats. It also was described as having almost the same dimensions as the Titanic. Not only this, it was also described as traveling with almost the same speed as the Titanic when it hit the iceberg and sank. While the story was still appearing in the newspapers of its time, the Titanic sank. Creepy, right? For more interesting and helpful videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.